All right, good. Go. Bye. Oh my god. Oh. All right. So, for the record, I am amazed that we've made it.
I know. I'm like, this is the third time. This is the third episode.
All right. Once again, welcome to the Hidden Sound podcast. Episode 3, amazingly hosted by me, Bryant, aka Say Nave, and join with me as always is my dearest brethren, Bradwick.
We're at episode 3. We've done it.
Dude, I get absolutely nervous every time this thing starts because soon I'm gonna have legit stuff and we're gonna figure it out.
Like 3 phones and 3 different angles. We're trying to figure out like if it's like sit here, sit there, sit everywhere. We gotta figure it out.
Yeah, I know.
And then my old phone.
All right, so today we're going to I'm looking at the stuff. Okay, so today we're going to talk about first AOT follow up, Chainsaw Man and Naruto Shippuden. The first thing, not even really follow up. It's just that the AOT fans are
they love Aaron. they love the series.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I don't even think our takes were that hot. Like not compared to a lot of the other fans, and then like. I mean, not as hot as like FD Signifier, and not as hot as like I think you even said it wasn't like Game of Thrones, and people were in the comments, and I was just like,
I think a lot of people. One, there was already a lot of pushback with the manga and how that ended, but I still think there are people that still enjoyed the ending,
right, and
still like Eren as a character, and people are like, well, like how can you say it's like this is the greatest show ever, blah blah blah, and if you criticize it, and people have been following the story for 10 years. So, you have an attachment to it.
Attached to it.
And if you say something bad about, like we were saying before, like people just love their favorite anime.
Yeah.
And for Attack on Titan, it's a lot of people's favorite anime. You say anything about Eren, it's like, no, you don't, like the everyone's favorite thing to say is like, you just don't know the show. You know,
dude, I heard that so. I'm like, I get the show. I just also get that genocide is a wild take.
Yeah,
yeah. It's a wild take. I get the show. I understand the plot. Stop getting in my DMs and saying I don't get the plot. I get the plot. But I also get that, you can't forgive a character who thinks genocide is okay. So, whatever. I still think the show is a 9 out of 10. I think it's in my top 10.
No, it's really, really good. It's definitely really good. Yeah.
Top 20, definitely. But my God, I understand the show, guys. Relax.
It's like people think... I think one of the problems, and I think we'll probably talk about this with Naruto, is people get so trapped in the lore and the story, they forget that somebody actually wrote it. Right. So it's like, he could have changed this. Like, somebody wrote this. It's like, well, this happened because I'm like, yeah.
Right.
He could have made it different. Like, somebody actually wrote these things.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I think there's some miscommunication when people like criticize or when people support it.
Yep. So the official Hidden Sound podcast stance on AOT, definitely top 20, probably top 10. Just
is at the buzzer. Is the author okay?
Is the author okay? At the buzzard, he shot the shot. It hit the rim. It bounced like 10 times. It went in. The ball went in. I promise you, the ball went in. But I mean, guys,
it's like this. In football, it's like you're playing against Tom Brady. And you score the touchdown to take the lead, but you left a minute left on the clock, and you're going up against Tom Brady, and he can go down the field and take this. It's kind of like that. Like you left too much time for Tom Brady. I don't know if that's the best thing. So I think yours might be
Who is this
better.
Tom Brady character again? No, I'm playing. I don't follow sports, but I root for the Jets.
You are kind of. There's a little bit of seriousness in that.
So I do have to cycle through. Like, all right, I'm like Tom Brady. No, not. I almost said Channing Tatum, not Peyton Manning.
Channing Tatum and Peyton Manning.
It was like, wait,
a ripped dude and a dude with a dad bod, even though he was the athlete. But no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but anywho, anyway, you saw FD Signifier.
Yeah, I did see that new video he had a couple of weeks ago. It's an interesting theory. I don't know if I believe it, but I was like. How he researched it. I'm like, he makes some really good points, but I don't know if I believe that though.
The theory is that he intentionally sabotaged the story, right? In order to
because one thing he found was this interview Isayama did, and he was saying something about like something he had difficulty with the success the show was having or something like that, and something with I have how this. I forgot exactly what it was, but I was like, okay, that's an interesting thing to find to like support his theory a little bit.
Yeah,
but still, I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know.
Wait,
I forgot exactly what
I think it was like, okay, I think his theory was that he intentionally sabotaged the show because he also, as an anime author, gained too much power. So because he gained too much power, he gained too much power. So that means that he didn't know what to do with it, and neither did Aaron. And Aaron kind of self-sabotaged and ended up just being an idiot after all. So he kind of feels the same way. So he intentionally just ethers his entire plot.
Yeah, because Isayama, I think, grew up in a kind of oddly like insular like town or whatever, and had like these sort of walls. And he always wanted to like leave and see what was out there.
Where did he grow up?
I forgot the name of the town, but I think in FD Signifier's video, he shows like this interview of Isayama like showing his hometown or whatever. Yeah. And he always wanted to like get out. And he did get out. And just like Aaron, getting past the walls, like the outside world wasn't what he thought it was.
It's a good theory.
And it's an interesting theory. I was like, I don't know if that's true. It's an
interesting theory. It's almost too clever. Yeah. I hope to dear God that is the answer, because it'll make up for a lot of stuff. But I don't even think he would have predicted the reaction to the mountain. No. So that's why I'm kind of like, it's interesting. I mean, it was a cool piece of work.
Yeah, it was a good theory.
Anyways, official Hidden Sound Pod stance on AOT. Great ending.
It's there, but it's like
for those in audio form, I give a thumbs up, and then I slightly make it a 49 degree,
kind of diagonal. It's like
diagonal thumbs up.
It's holding up.
Yeah. So, but anyways, all right. That's just a check. That's the follow up on AOT. Anyways, what we did this week was we watched Chainsaw Man. Yeah. So you finished it, right?
Also, I did finish Chainsaw Man.
With your keyboard, you're missing keys. Does it work?
That remember Sarah was saying I was trying to fix it because I spilled tea on it, and now I was trying to fix it. I was like, maybe I shouldn't fix this.
I mean, it still works, right?
I have a.
How did I miss that? Okay, that's so funny. All right, anyways, his keyboard is missing keys on his laptop, so he has a external keyboard that he has jacked into his laptop. It's
safe to say I need a new computer.
Oh my God,
in the worst way.
Anyway, so Chainsaw Man, written by Tatsuki Fujimoto, directed by Ryu Nakayama and Makoto Nakazono. Basically, Studio Mappa is the studio, and the manga was Jump. It's Jump Comics. It was out in 2018, but the adaptation came out last year. Now I thought it was a joke, and I went to watch it. I went to hate watch it because I was bored one day.
Yeah.
Thoroughly surprised. Very popular anime, 20 million copies sold. So yeah, but it only had 12 episodes, which I was a little disappointed about. Yeah, but anywho, the plot. What's the plot for the people who haven't seen it?
So it's about this character named Denji who is always has this deal. He's this kid and he owes money to this gang or whatever because his father died and he was left with the debt. Mm-hmm. And so he was this devil hunter. So he was like hunting these devils for this like a syndicate or gang or whatever. And what happened was the gang turns on him, and then he gets stabbed over and over again, and he's trapped in these zombies. And his pet devil that he has was Pochita. The Japanese. Yeah. He somehow like fuses with him, and he turns into this devil named he's a chainsaw devil, Chainsaw Man, and this group, which I forgot the name of because I didn't take the notes down for it, recruit him to be a devil hunter for this like government organization. And
public safety.
Yeah, the public safety. Yeah, I forgot to write all this stuff down. But so he works with them to hunt down devils with another fiend named Power.
Yeah. What do you think?
I thought it was too few episodes.
I think
it was really good. I just thought they needed maybe 16 to 18 episodes because I thought some things were a little too quick.
Yep.
Because I did I liked some of the side characters. I like Himeno.
Yep.
I thought I was like, I'm starting to like her. She's gone.
The quick non-spoiler review. Yeah, I know. I agree. I think it is one of the best starts to a shonen.
Yeah, it's a really good first season.
It's a really good start to a shonen. When I see a shonen, a lot of times before getting into what other shows, exposition dump, lore dumping. We hate lore dumping here. I hate lore dumping.
Yeah.
It's real quick. You get what's going on.
Yeah.
Like the first episode, they don't even explain anything. They kind of just jump into it.
They just kind of go into it.
And I don't remember them exposition lore dumping too much on me because it was just like, oh, okay, there's devils, there's fiends, and then there's the devil hunters, right?
Yeah.
And pretty much that's where everything lies. There's not too much explaining of everything else. I mean, there's obviously stories that happens that unfolds, but to me, it's very quick. It's very easy to grasp everything.
Yeah,
I do think that it had an amazing start, but then around episode 8 with the big plot twist, which I'll get into after spoilers, but it just kind of rushed a lot of stuff. Some things were kind of not explained. Like you said, it was a little too quick. They probably needed an episode or two. I haven't read the manga, but it did feel a little bit rushed. But this is probably my new favorite shonen. It's fun, man. It's a fun anime.
No, it's a fun show.
It's a fun show.
It's a really fun show. Like, I did like the characters. So, like, when they were in that, was it a hotel where they were kind of trapped or whatever?
The endless time. Floor 8, the endless time.
Yeah. Like, I thought, because I liked all those characters together. Like, Kobani and the other guy. And I liked how they worked, like, together. I'm like, I kind of like these characters. Yeah. And I kind of wanted more time with them.
Yeah.
And the fact that they all kind of got like, kind of attacked and stuff like that, I'm like, I kind of wanted more time with these characters.
Yeah, they're really. I mean, so you want a filler?
Not filler. Not exactly
like, Brad,
filler.
Choose your words wisely.
No, not like. But I don't want them to run through things. I'm like, I thought they had a good thing going. I thought they could milk it for like a couple more episodes and like sort of build the relationships a little bit more and the relationship the viewer have with the characters. And it's like, oh, okay, so everything's changing so quickly. But I still really like the show. It was a really good first season.
Right. I think the animation's fantastic. The cool thing at the end of every episode is a new theme song.
Yeah, it's always a new theme song.
Always a new theme song. That's pretty cool.
That was pretty good. I like that.
I have to go, I'm like, Studio Mappa, if you don't have enough resources to finish a 24 episode show, maybe just not animate a new outro every time.
Yeah, like there were good outros, but it was like, you could use the resources to maybe add a couple of more episodes and like flesh things out a little bit.
Right.
But the one thing I did like, because at first I was gonna get annoyed by this, I was like, another anime character talking about boobs and sex. I was getting ready to get so mad about it because I get like bothered with Sanji from One Piece and him always wanting, it's like, oh, she's hot. She like the whole nosebleed thing. I kind of hate that.
Yeah.
And I thought they were gonna go in that direction. One thing I really liked what they did was like episode 2 or 3, Denji got to touch Power's boob, right?
Yeah.
And they actually do it, and he was like, okay, what happens next?
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, is that what it is? Like, is that all that's gonna happen? I was like, okay. I kind of like, because it's more realistic and a little more nuanced. It's like, oh, like he could have gone with Himeno.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I want to be with Makima or whatever.
It's surprisingly nuanced for such a perverted show.
Yeah, I was like, it's so perverted, but I was like, oh, this makes a lot more sense.
Though I did have one problem with the perverted stuff. So the
older characters trying to hit on the kid.
Huh?
The older character.
Yes. Yeah. Himeno. We'll hot right in spoilers. Himeno effectively does light statutory rape.
Yeah, that's
but wasn't successful. Like she'd be in jail on the Catch a Predator. Like she'd be in jail.
This is a Chris Hansen situation.
And I was like, once again. I guess we'll never get past this, but it's like everyone's in high school. You could just write him to be 18. Like it would make more sense
because he's 16. I'm like, bro, like why are these older characters like doing this?
I'm just like make him 16. Like just like because she's like 20 something, right?
Yeah, and like Denji's the most mature character somehow out of all the adults.
I'm just like make him 6. It's okay. Just make him 18. Sorry, make him 18. It's okay. You made him 16. So now I'm looking at this and I'm going. Like I'm almost like, do I have to look up the legal age of dating in Japan now? Like
I don't know why they keep doing this. It makes me so uncomfortable.
They even in the show they acknowledge that in the show they acknowledge that he's underage and she's too old. So you've gone out of your way in the show to acknowledge this. Yeah. Why would you put it in? Just make him 18.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't get why. It's so weird, but I keep on gonna say this. Well, just if they're just the same age. I was like, I'm trying to think of like the funny thing was when he was trying to make out with Himeno and at the bar or whatever, she just like threw up in his mouth or something like that.
That was hilarious.
I was like, that was a more realistic thing of like he's like, I was trying to make out with someone. And now, like, she just threw up her arm. I was like, that was funny, but, like, you would think that that's happened to somebody else.
No, that was hilarious. Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. But it's just, like, all that, you can't really wrap your arms around, like, those things in the show because it's, like, the age difference.
You're just like, so weird. You just, like, had to write that. Because even the whole plot with, what's his name? Mikiyama? What's the, Makima, the head of public safety or whatever, the boss of Division 4.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's also over 18. Yeah. So, like, this whole plot is predicated...
Call the cops.
This whole plot is predicated on him wanting to touch her boobs. Like, his entire motivation is sleeping with Makima. But she's probably, like, 20 or something, or an adult. So, your entire motivation is going to put her in jail. What's...
Yeah, I know.
Like, why did you guys write it this way?
God. It gets
drives me insane.
Uncomfortable.
It's one of those things where it's like you don't have to write this. You could have make him 17. I would have felt a lot better if it was 17.
Like a little bit better. He's almost.
Anyways, light rape. I'm like, last week was light genocide. Now it's light rape.
Light rape now.
Like AOT, light genocide.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man, light rape. I mean, I guess Chainsaw Man is just mass killing anyways, but whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought it was fantastic. The part where I felt like it kind of where you needed more episodes to kind of flesh it out was when the samurai sword guy.
Yeah.
When he came along. And I was like, wait, who's his father? It took me a minute to go, that's the Yakuza boss was his
dad or
right. And then they're all as good as dead. And then out of nowhere, Makima gets shot. And now she has some Deus Ex like power where she could come back from the dead.
Yeah.
She can kill people from afar. And then if you're gonna go out the way to kill people from afar, I'm like, well, just kill the guy who just that was my big. It's like, why you just not kill the guy? Like, she's like, there was no reason for Sabatari, the snake person.
Oh yeah,
to survive the squish. I'm gonna call it the big squish, or him to survive the big squish. And then she was able to revive the samurai swordsman when Aki did the his move with the big needle that kills you.
Oh, right.
That wasn't explained. Like, did they explain that? Why was he able to come back after he killed him?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, there was a few things where I was like, okay, you kind of rushed through that. I wanted to know, one, when Aki killed the samurai sword guy, how Sabatari was able to wake him back up from the dead. And then two, why did Makima like squish people and then not squish the main guy. like they could have maybe because they weren't human, but he is human. He is half human. They confirmed.
Yeah,
that.
they said that they're still like because when they were training, I think that guy he mentioned about them like he said you're still have, like human organs or something like that.
Yeah,
I think I believe he said because I think with Makima, I know like when it came to the train attack, I forgot the guy's name who they were training with when they were like sitting together talking about like did you know like I feel like you knew this was gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
I feel like so I think there are things about Makima we still don't know yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So like because she does seem kind of like all right, she knows more than she's letting on.
Yeah,
she knows like kind of what maybe knows some more about the Gun Devil.
Yeah. But explain why you didn't squish him. It's not like,
I do wonder if it's
over in 6 episodes.
Yeah, I do wonder if like there's still more to that. They haven't revealed yet, or it could be in the manga or whatever.
Yeah,
because she does seem kind of mysterious, like she knows something and she's not letting everybody know, and so I wonder if that's something has something to do with it.
Yeah, I also it did commit the one my cardinal sin of all anime, the power of friendship. You know what part I'm talking about?
No, I
the
don't.
The power of friendship saved Aki. So
the cigarette thing.
It's like.
Not gonna lie, I was like, damn, that was pretty good. That's what I thought.
They didn't even really like show what happened. It was like the end of the episode he had by the next episode, you see a flashback and he's like, I don't fear the ghost, so the ghost doesn't seem
because I think that was something where he was like, yeah, there's something he was able to stop the ghost devil because like the ghost devil was scared or something like that, and then
it senses fear. It can't see, it only sees fear. And once he didn't have fear, he just once he didn't have fear, that means that it wouldn't attack anymore. But I'd also argue that the snake lady Saratari was also not afraid. So like once again, I was just like, that the power of friendship. What happened? But those plot holes aside, I still think this is my new favorite at all of the shonen I've been watching. This is my new favorite. I know it's a hot take. As of right now, I'm episode 10 on Jujutsu Kaisen. I think this is better so far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get flamed on the internet for this.
From both, maybe.
I think it's better than Demon Slayer. I think this is what Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Oh god!
Because I've seen 5 episodes of Demon Slayer, and I'm like, no, this is like this should be called Demon Slayer.
Yeah, this is better than Demon Slayer.
This is actually doing the demon slaying, and it has a funny conceit to it. I love the whole public safety in the private sector. I think it's so weird, like pseudo capitalist like conversation that I'm probably looking too deep into. But I think it's my favorite shonen as of right now.
Yeah, I'm not okay. It's definitely better than Demon Slayer because I'm like on season 2 or 3 or something. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like, this is getting tough to get through. But one of my favorite things about Chainsaw Man though is there were like 3 different instances where like a devil will come out and just kill the other one.
Yeah.
When Aki had to save Denji from that one of the devils, and then the fox devil that he had just came out and just bit the other.
I love that. I love Kon.
Yeah, Kon just did the whole thing. Oh no, that was pretty fucking cool. And then when Himeno was trying to use the ghost devil to stop the snake and then the samurai guy, the snake devil came out and just killed. Yo, I know. I was like, oh man, that sucks. And then,
I love that. Yeah.
And then at the very end, when she was sacrificing herself because she was taken into custody, the snake devil came out of nowhere and just killed her. I was like, God damn.
I like that the relationship with the summons, I'm gonna call them, are all temporary and they're a move. They're not like I summon a toad in Naruto and now he's gonna fight for the next, I'm gonna hang on like a Power Ranger or something. But no, I like how they all have contracts. Even the lore to me is rock solid. I only have issues with some of the plot points, which I can forgive. Like the lore is really simple. It's like we make a contract and you can't break the contract. Right. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, I think with Aki, as a piece of his flesh, he has to sacrifice for the fox devil to come out. Yeah. And I forgot what it was for the ghost devil. I just forgot what it was. But yeah, they all have contracts. That
it was her eye.
Yeah, it was her eye.
It was her eye.
Yeah, and it was like so you just can't go out there and just use it willy nilly. You know, like you have to like really think about like when you're gonna use it.
Yep. No, I think it's super cool. And even like I saw a side note. So the cone symbol for the devil. I saw a tattoo that was basically a hand, and then over it was the fly. It's a super. It's a super cool tattoo. Cool I gotta find it.
Probably hurts like fuck though.
It was super detailed.
That was probably so painful, but it probably looks super.
It was super detailed, but it was cool. Yeah, I'm like, what else? Yeah, like the lore, like there's no lore dumping. At the same time, it's super creative. The Gun Devil stuff. I guess we're gonna get more into the Gun Devil. Yeah, my only issue was like the last 3 episodes were a little rushed. Even the nut kick. Like the call back to the nut kick, because he nut kicks Aki and then brings it back and nut kicks the samurai sword.
Yeah,
I was like, what a nice full circle moment. Like it's super raunchy, but I
thought they did a good job of teasing the Gun Devil a little bit. It's like, okay, you have if you get like parts of his flesh, like you get like some sort of power. I forgot what it was, like a power up or something.
Yep.
And then you see what the Gun Devil did to Aki, just blowing up his house to kill his brother. I was like, God damn. It was just like, oh, okay.
The only thing is that my issue is also the 12 episodes. They said they're gonna have season 2.
No release date yet.
Yeah, they said 2024.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of it has to do with Mappa's what do you call it? Their schedule.
Yeah, they've been releasing a lot of stuff with JJK season 2, and then Attack on Titan they were finishing up.
I mean,
so I'm guessing it's coming. Yeah, I'm guessing it's coming out in 2024.
Yeah, with AOT, I get it, but I was thinking about it and going, "Ooh, those workers, man,
they're probably just tired."
I was like, Lord have mercy.
Now it's time for Chainsaw Man.
They have all the hits. They literally have all the hits.
Yeah, they got all the good stuff going on right now.
But I highly recommend Chainsaw Man right now.
I would definitely watch it. Yes, definitely now, since it could be coming out next and hopefully like sometime in 2024. So now I think is a good time to watch it. And also did a good job of teasing like what's going to happen next season. So it was really good. I enjoy watching.
Great animation. There's some people had issues with 3D components in animation, but I think that was fine.
I have a problem with it.
I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Before we go into Naruto, the one thing I don't understand is Denji's teeth.
Yeah, it is probably just drawer like that. Like it's an interesting looking set of teeth. I was like, he looks crazy.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? I thought they were going to explain it because he had merged with the devil, but he has the teeth before.
Yeah, he has it before
and so that was the only thing I was kind of like, what? But I mean, animation was still good.
Anything else? That's all it pretty much had.
All right, cool. All right, on to Naruto Shippuden.
All right, so I got a good before we get into Naruto Shippuden. It's about Naruto.
Shit-puden.
Yes, I know. But according to Variety, Lionsgate is working on a Naruto live action movie.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah, but there was a report in 2015 that Lionsgate was negotiating to obtain the film's rights.
Oh, this is not going to be good.
I think because of the success of One Piece on Netflix, they're like, I think that probably started to get the wheels turning on it, because I think it was probably in development hell for years, and then One Piece did well, so they're like, all right, let's just start having it, start getting the ball rolling on that. So I'm just gonna get through the little details here, but Tasha Hugh will be working on the script. She's a showrunner for Netflix's Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft, which I did not know existed. But she was on, like, I think Variety or Hollywood Reporter's top writers to look out for or something like that. So she might be really good. Then this guy named Michael Gracie will direct it. He directed The Greatest Showman, which starred Hugh Jackman, and executive producer of Rocket Man, which is a biopic on Elton John. No word on release date. I don't know what they could cover in a movie. If they did, I know this is not going to happen. If they did just Zabuza, it could work, but that's not going to happen. So
it's the most contained. It's a movie.
Because it'll be it's the most realistic saga of the series.
Yes.
So like, I feel like that would work the best.
Or the tournament arc would hold on a second. Or the tournament arc would actually work, because it's also kind of grounded. You do some fun stuff like
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a lot of characters.
Yeah, but that's merch.
That's what they're probably gonna do, because I would watch a Zabuza movie, but they want to sell tickets, so you got to do a tournament.
You would have to do a series. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, at first I saw live action, so I assumed it was gonna be a series. They said movie, and I'm like, why are you doing a movie?
If you're gonna do a live action, I would almost just. You could only do it in Naruto in name only, because.
Yeah.
Like, it's too much stuff.
It's too, because like I can only see them doing the training arc with Kakashi in the first few episodes with the bells, and then jumping right to Zabuza.
How can you capture the love between Sasuke and Naruto? In such a constrained amount of time.
Because you would have to do it through the Zabuza arc. Because that's how they kind of came together to begin with. Was like when they were going up against Zabuza and Haku and everything. That's the arc where you feel like you can do the movie, but they can't do that if they want people to watch it.
You would need enough films to fill up a Harry Potter novel. Like, you would.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you have to do like a Harry Potter thing, so you can set the relationship between the main characters, and then the next movie do the arc.
This is for OG Naruto.
I guess so.
You would have to do Zabuza, tournament arc, and then Sasuke retrieval. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know how it needs to be a series. It just needs to be a series. There's no way a movie's gonna work, because if you want all your favorite characters to be in it, you would want to do a series. You can't do a movie.
And then, like, you would have to commit to 3 movies and then film them back to back. I would say in those 3. And
yeah, then, it would have to be a movie,
because the kids would grow too fast.
Yeah.
So you would do those 3, and then it could happen.
Because you would have to blow through the tournament arc, force to death. You got to blow past the preliminary rounds.
Yeah.
You would probably have to jump to when Orochimaru attacks the village, and it's like, I don't know how they're gonna do it. I guess they're working on a script, or they have a script done. And I guess they're just like, One Piece did well, so let's just give it a shot. So we'll see what happens with that. I thought that was a good segue to Shippuden.
You know what's sad?
What?
I would still watch it. I'll go watch it.
I'll probably watch it. Depending on what it is.
I'll probably watch it.
I may watch it. I'm like, I gotta see what they're gonna do here.
Though I did not watch Death Note. Because it was...
No, it was bad.
Did you watch it?
No, but I saw the trailer. I'm like, this shit is gonna be fucking awful. And everybody hates it. Apparently.
Yeah, I as a known hater of One Piece, because I'm only on episode 80.
Still,
I did see, even when I saw the first few minutes of the One Piece live action, I went, oh, this actually looks okay. You can tell it was okay. Like, Dragon Ball Z and Death Note, like they were dead on arrival, because it was.
Yeah, it was maybe a little too Americanized and looks a little too cheap. Like the Cowboy Bebop Netflix thing. Oh my god, I didn't even finish it. I got through 5 episodes.
That one looked like it was gonna be okay too.
It was not okay.
Oh, you watched?
I watched 5 episodes. It
was that bad?
It was that.
Were they doing it right to the? That's always a problem. Never.
What was the guy? What was the villain's name?
I forgot.
Vicious or something? I forgot. You know how he was cool in the anime?
Wasn't cool.
He was not. He was just very I can't describe it. It just looked very corny. It was just it was not cool.
God.
It was bad.
I felt bad because they had what's his face?
John Cho.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, John Cho's good. And I think he was good. Just like everything else was just I'm like, you can't. This needs more money.
Yeah.
And better writing.
No, I will watch. I hope they don't screw it. This is from my childhood. My childhood request that you guys do not screw this up.
I was like, because they just saw One Piece do well. Like, let's just give Naruto a shot.
They're gonna get all the wrong lessons. All these studios get all the wrong lessons from a hit. Yeah. It's like the lesson isn't the anime. Maybe it's a trend, but you have to make a real earnest adaptation. And you have to actually understand the source material, because there's a lot of source material.
See, the thing is, I thought the Cowboy Bebop series was actually pretty faithful to the show.
Faithful does not mean good.
That's what I was saying.
It's the medium.
But it was still terrible.
Yeah.
I was like, they're so faithful, but it still sucks.
Like Disney, and I'm off on a tangent now, but there's a reason why the Lion King
action stuff.
Yeah, but there's a reason why the cartoons did well back in the in the 90s, because they are just adaptations in name only. They're not faithful to the source material, which are books. Yeah. And in a lot of cases, in my opinion, which is probably not the majority opinion, but sometimes just don't be faithful. Just as long as you capture the essence of it, what matters most.
The essence, you have to have sort of your own interpretation, but at the same time not neglect or abandon like kind of. Yeah, like there can't be this so much abandonment from the original, from the original film or series that it's gonna look bad. Like, but still have your own take on it.
Yeah, I guess. I will probably watch. Oh God, I'm gonna watch that all night. Lord have mercy. I'll probably watch that. I hope it's of the original. And then
it has to be the original.
And when they get to Shippuden, change the whole thing.
No, they got it. There's a lot.
Now I'm like change the entire thing because Shippuden. So once again, I'll repeat from last time. I during COVID rewatched the entire thing.
Yeah,
from OG Naruto all the way to Shippuden, and I think I hate watched it. I text you every single day about why I was so mad at this show.
You know what's funny? Because when you started rewatching it from OG Naruto, you're like, dude, this still holds up. This is still pretty. I was like, poor thing.
My text messages slowly turned into a very optimistic outlook on life to just a deranged man.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this show is driving me insane. Yeah, and then I rewatched part of there's a video called Shippuden. It's called Shippuden recap or whatever, and it recaps the entirety of
oh, okay, man.
And it's a speed run. Yeah, of Shippuden.
Yeah.
And I was hate watching that. I was getting so mad watching because it's just going through it like really quickly. Yeah. It goes episode by episode. I can't think of the guy's name, but I'll add it in the show notes. But he goes through every single episode, like literally episode every 10 seconds, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Somehow this thing is 4 hours. And I'm skipping through the fillers of a speed run video on YouTube. Yeah, that's how long this show is and how many fillers it is. Mm-hmm. And I'm hate watching it. It breaks my brain. So what? Shippuden basically starts after some time from the OG Naruto.
So Jiraiya and Naruto. So Sasuke went to Orochimaru. They couldn't get Sasuke back. And because basically Orochimaru he wanted to take Sasuke's body, but he couldn't because his arms were still like blocks because the third Hokage did something to him when they fought. Yeah. So he had to switch to a new body, so he can't transform or change for 3 years.
Yeah.
So they couldn't do anything. So then Jiraiya was like, well, we might as well train because he can't do anything. So Jiraiya and Naruto left the village to go train, and which started the time skip for 3 years.
Okay, right. And I don't even know where to go with this show, man. Like, it's so much happened. Like, they get Sai, which is just
Sai was like, I remember reading that in the manga in 2006, I think. Might have been 2005 or 2006. I was like, I already don't like this guy. He looks so stupid.
So
he looks so
he's
dumb.
So poorly animated. Yamato is poorly animated.
I kind of like Yamato. I'll give you Yamato. I thought he was pretty decent.
He was okay. Pardon. I'll give it to you. But
Sai was dumb.
So I think the first thing it started to show me that they bring in characters, they make them the greatest characters of the universe, and then they nerf them within an arc, right? Yeah. Every new character, super amazing. The guy who took Zabuza's sword, who does the water thing, great, super great. Then trash, right? The guy who talks to birds.
It was like that whole team, like Karen, Jugo, and Suigetsu. They're just like you think, oh shit, and then it's like okay,
they're trash. They're nothing. Most unmemorable like his whole squad was unmemorable and trash. Yeah, and it had no effect really towards the end. They keep bringing in characters, and then character assassinating them. I mean, the entire cast of the first series, with the exception of Shikamaru, pretty much.
They don't do anything.
They don't do
Rock
anything.
Lee is benched. Neji does nothing until he steps in front of
a stick. He steps
in front of a stick and
dies. He was the best student, right? And then
they do nothing with him. And it was like they had, because I'm thinking when part 2 started, okay, you have these characters from part 1. I'm thinking we're going to get more time with them. You're going to develop them a little more. Mm-hmm. And they don't do anything with them. Let's bring in Sai. Let's have Sasuke do his own thing. Kabuto used to be cool, not really that cool
really
anymore. And it's just like, what are y'all doing? And it's because like it can't just be Naruto Sasuke.
Yep.
Naruto Sasuke. It's like we get it. We know they're like the main characters. It's about them, but you still want a well-balanced cast to work with them.
Right.
Like you can't have a top-heavy team because it just doesn't always work.
Right. That's like with Attack on Titan. They did a good job of second season started focusing on people.
Yeah, because I like Connie.
Right.
Like Connie's cool. I like Connie as a character for what he is as a supporting character. So you care about him when like something happens to him,
and it's canon. Because in Naruto, any focus on any other character is filler.
I'm like,
boy, the filler,
and it's really because with Shikamaru, I wonder like, did they just make him good by accident? Because I like with Shikamaru how his whole thing with not really caring about anything, and you realize he's actually super smart, and then you realize he does care about his friends. So like when they try to go after Sasuke and he fails, it hurts him that he failed, and then he becomes a Chunin, and then he's in charge of missions, and then his sensei dies. It's like a true path of a ninja that like you would.
Shikamaru is the only character that got any real growth to me. That made sense. You know, that was relatable. It wasn't reaching. It made sense from his original character. Everyone else, like Choji, should have died. 4 times over.
Because I do wonder if it was like they gave Shikamaru a job and they just knew what to do with him because he's a strategist. So you give him strategic things to do. Saying. Choji is like, I just like eating. And Ino is just there.
Yeah, he's the only character that wasn't like a trope. He actually had like a job. He's like in World of Warcraft. He actually had like an actual job. It wasn't like girl with boobs. It wasn't like fat guy. Like he actually had an actual role. Even who else? Neji was supposed to be better than Sasuke when they had the tournament arc.
Yeah, and that was gone. Even probably at the end of part 1.
Oh, your biggest sin. They let Hinata live.
Yo, I hate that part. This is where the people love that pain arc, right?
That's the only good arc, though. That's the only good arc.
See, that's the funny thing. That's when I started to look at Naruto kind of funny, and I was like, why is it now like a monster fight now?
Yeah.
And it was like, it won, because this is when it started to lose me, because it started to become like a monster fight. And then, the scene that I thought was going to be the best scene in the series, which I think is a missed opportunity. You did nothing with Hinata. Mm-hmm. You hadn't done anything with her in years. Mm-hmm. Since like when she fought Neji and then Naruto fought Neji. Nothing with her. Now is the time you give her an opportunity to save Naruto from pain, and you think she dies, and she was like, because that's my ninja way. I was like, oh my God. She gets floated up in the air, slammed down, stabbed. I'm like, she is dead. She is gone. She is not on this earth anymore. There's no way you get slammed, body's broken, stabbed. Next episode, she's alive. I was like...
Was she saved because of that stupid Phoenix Down, that massive Phoenix
I think
with Tsunade's
slugs from Sakura.
I was like, come on.
And I was like, that was the biggest missed opportunity because it was like you did nothing with her, but you still kind of like did like, because you know she was a shy person. She was looking up to Naruto, wanted to be with Naruto, and then that kind of evolved into she's trying to save his life.
Yep.
And I was like, that could have been development for Naruto when Hinata died, and they just took it all back.
Yep.
And I was like, why would you do that? Yeah. And you know why? And this is another reason why I'm mad. Because romantically speaking, I hate these two as a couple. These two fucking suck. People wanted this thing to happen. I'm like, why? They're the most terrible chemistry in the world. So there's a movie in between the finale of Naruto between the war and when Naruto and Hinata get married. This movie called, it's not in the manga, but they just made it themselves. It's called The Last, Naruto the Movie. And it kind of it finally gets them together. Mm-hmm. At the beginning of the movie, Naruto was still a dick to Hinata.
He was so mean to her.
I'm like, what? are we?
He's always
doing?
like, you're so useless.
Yeah, so like still something like, oh, like I think she did something nice for him, and he was still kind of like, oh, why is Sonata doing that? Like, and he was still kind of like a douche.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I've been watching this show for like over a decade, and he's still like there's no development, and it was like they built no chemistry with Naruto and Hinata.
Yeah.
They built Sasuke, which is a dick to Sakura the whole time.
They should have just made. This is the one time they should have made a new character. I think the problem was he couldn't date Sakura. Sakura was an ass.
No. I thought that was a good thing that Sakura and Naruto didn't get together.
But she did remember that whole scene in the snow, and she's like, "Naruto, I love you," and I'm like, "You made some, you've written in Sakura being
a lot of people didn't like that arc.
I hate it. Like
they didn't like
they made her manipulative, and it was like, oh come on, man, like because to me, I think she's actually a decent character. She's not one of the worst characters. She got a bunch of hate for no reason online.
Sakura.
Sakura.
Oh yeah.
I liked her as Tsunade student. That one scene, I was like, why did you guys do that? Now the internet hates her.
Yeah, I'm like,
what are y'all doing?
Like, there's a lot of things to hate about Naruto,
but especially the Great Ninja War. That's where I lost my mind. I literally was like, I was texting you, and I was like, it's 150 episodes.
Yeah,
over the course of what must have been 4 days of actual work, and then they bring every character back.
See, this my issue with that. It's like I feel like they wanted to give the audience everything. Like, do we have to show the hidden swordman of the mist? Yeah, I don't care.
Right?
Do we have to bring back the old Kages? I don't know.
That could be a movie,
and then Tsunade's boyfriend. Like, I'm like, guys, we don't need these things.
There was a lot of power of friendship happening. That like it was some they could have made those in canon side stories, you could have written that in. No, I don't want to see them at the very end for a big Royal Rumble that no one matters, and then
because it takes away a lot of the stuff. I think the mysterious thing of not knowing who these characters are, not knowing the fourth Hokage, not knowing the other Hokages, not knowing Gaara's dad, one of the old Kazakh. Like, we don't need to know these people.
I did might be a hot take. The only thing I actually did
the Madara thing. Fight.
No.
That was pretty cool.
I like the flashback. I like the flashbacks of the Hokage for some reason. When he would fight Killer Bee, I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was
the fight with Kakashi and Obito. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
they should never show Kakashi's face. Why do you guys do that? Like that was a waste. What else? It was just so much that just got squandered.
The war, the war was bad because I was like, there was no one. I don't think it should have been a war. Because I think it should have been a Leaf Village Sasuke situation. Because that I think is way more interesting because like Itachi, killed everybody and then like the elders and the Hokage knew. I'm like, that's just like this keeping a Uchiha hidden leaf thing I think is way more impactful. Because like if you wanted to have all the villages be a part of this war, you should have done all this earlier.
Yep.
Though that probably wasn't the plan. So I think a lot of things were probably retconned in part 2.
The retcons.
I think that wasn't the plan. But like, let's bring all these characters and all the villages. I'm like, why? You didn't do this early.
Actually, no, Brett. Speaking of retcons, my actual first sign of trouble was when Saratobi Sensei, the third Hokage, now had a magical grandson. And what's the dude's name? The guy with the knuckle.
No, that was his son.
I'm sorry, his son. I'm sorry, his son, Asuma. Yeah. I was like, wait, this is his son? I remember going back to...
If you go back to the funeral, all he says is like, even, like, because it was starting to rain, he's like, even the gods or the skies weep. I'm like, that's your dad! I'm like, oh my God!
I was like, wait, that's his, like, and then it made him important somehow, and I was like...
Yeah, they made, like, I was like,
he's one of the worst Jonins, and then now he's he's one of the only guys who didn't get nerfed. He got beefed up just to die.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, cause Asuma, and he's dead. I'm like, okay, because to make Shikamaru look a little bit better.
Yeah,
I mean, which was fine, but it was like that was so random. Like,
yeah, I just, oh my God. Well, all right, so who's the best? What's the best version of Naruto? It's Sage Mode, right? Sage Mode is probably the best. That was the last one I cared about.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that was cool. I got tired of all the modes and then Sasuke having 2 eyes. I was just like,
The eyes.
I'm like,
the whole Sharingan got just overly complicated. I just thought it was a cool thing to help you copy people's moves. I was like, it's a cool thing. You can write writing within the confines of that in the first series.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the eyes in a retcon, they somehow gave Kakashi the Mangekyo Sharingan.
Oh, yeah, the last, like, his final move, I guess.
Out of nowhere when he was facing Deidre. And I remember going, how did he get that?
Yeah.
And why did he not use that against Zabuza? I'm like, and they may have hand waved it away, saying like he was that Windsor. Yeah. Hi, Windsor. They must have hand waved it away when I think he said something to the effect of like he didn't have enough chakra back then. But I was like, no, this move when you were literally near death, and your students had to save you in the first Naruto against Zabuza.
Right.
And now you have a new power out of nowhere that just conveniently you can do 3 times.
It was just because I think a lot of things had to be changed. Because, like, you know how the whole Naruto hard work thing, you do realize in part 2, they don't talk much about that.
Hard work?
You know how it's like, I just tried the hardest and have...
Windsor, go upstairs. Wow. Glory, get your daughter.
Windsor, we'll be up soon.
In like 15 minutes. But yeah, they're right. He's no longer the hardest working.
Yeah, it was like hardest working because it was like, it made no sense because like he was born with all this power. He has a 9-tailed fox. His dad was the Hokage. And it's like, they kind of, because people, I think there was some confusion online because people keep thinking that the theme is, just hard work. And that was like all about Naruto. But I think people get confused because people were with part 1 for a long time.
Yeah.
And then a lot of newer fans that came in and just watched the whole thing. It is about like, trying to end the cycle of hatred, right?
Yeah.
That's what it turned into. Because even I thought, hard work. I was like, people started saying cycle of hatred. I was like, what? I was like, because they probably changed it in part 2 because they couldn't keep that thing going. And so they stopped like talking about it so much, right? Which I thought was a good decision because it didn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah. They tried to write in that the fox was a detriment at some point. And like it's bad chakra, and I was like, you're right, because he was the most creative. And what did Kakashi say? He's the most like surprising, unpredictable ninja, and he didn't do any of that no more. I mean, it's dumb stuff, but like he would do these tricks. He would be a Shuriken clone.
It was clever.
Yeah,
it was clever because now in part 2, it's like how many times can you do the Rasengan? Right. And it's like, I kind of wanted more hand-to-hand combat. I wanted him to like be better with that. Yeah. But then we got to do we have to do Rasengan 1, the super duper Rasengan, the 9-tailed Rasengan, the up yours Rasengan, your mom Rasengan, fuck you bitch Rasengan, suck my dick Rasengan. It's like, dude, how many do we need? Like, we got it. God, do something else. Kick somebody or something.
He, wow. That's... No, okay. I actually remember... Oh, no, this was the first time in trouble. It was when... I think they were fighting Sasori in the cave. Before they got to the cave, they had to fight themselves. Fight the corpse.
That fight was so stupid. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in this series.
It was 4 episodes. I think it was like 5 episodes.
It was brutal.
It was brutal.
That was so
And then my guy was like, I have to outdo myself.
And it was the most bland fight. It was like per episode.
Ew. I was like, they should murder the director for that. That was like, awful. And so that was bad. And then and how they did my boy Rock Lee, man. They did him.
Yeah, Rock Lee.
They did him so dirty.
I said because people defenders of Shippuden was like, well, there was nothing more to do with him. I'm like, the way they wrote him, you don't think that would be it? Yeah, like because you know why? Because it's not like I'm not asking to have a full arc of Shikamaru or Rock Lee, but you see what Shikamaru is like. Even when the arc is not about him. Like, he's still part of it narratively in some way. He's still being a strategist. Yeah. Or like with Kiba, he can sense stuff. Why isn't he doing a little more tracking than he probably did like one mission of like tracking when they were trying to find Itachi. But like, why isn't he doing more of those sort of things and being a little more involved, as opposed to like when Pain is attacking the village, you just see him for a hot second and that's it. And it's like that's what I think what people wanted. And they didn't really do that. So like Rock Lee just disappears. Mike Guy just got to be able to do like
that could have just been Rock Lee.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you just do that with Rock Lee? Like I like Mike Guy too, but this is not like, why are you giving this to Mike Guy?
They kept giving, I did not understand why Mike Guy got more of the screen time, and then he kept turning into Superman. Like I was
like,
the show is so frustrating.
Because I think by the time when Naruto transformed against the Pain arc, I was like, the fighting looks cool. And then people got killed, like Shizune, Tsunade's assistant. We thought she was dead. Yeah. And he brought everybody back to life. Pain. I'm like, that's when I was like, I don't like where this series is going.
That's because who did the Phoenix down. It was Pain who did it.
I was like, I don't like where this series is going, because I always enjoyed Orochimaru versus Sasuke in the Forest of Death, because I thought that is what I thought Naruto was going to be, like more hand-to-hand combat. So of course jutsus and stuff like that, substitution jutsus, and like the explosion paper or whatever. Yeah. And now it's become whatever the fuck this is now.
I maintain not a single kunai or shuriken has harmed a single ninja in the course of that entire series. Someone please send me a clip where the kunai or the shuriken did not hit a clone, hit a piece of wood.
Oh yeah, it never does.
It never.
Outside of Aruka in the first episode, getting hit with that ninja star in the fucking back. He was only.
That was a honestly, that wasn't even a shirt. That was a massive star. Right?
It was a massive star. Yeah, it was a massive giant star. Right.
I don't even count that. Like, you know
That's how bad he sucks. He can't even make a.
He speaking of the massive Phoenix Down, also big issue, the power of friendship. He went to the red haired dude, and just basically said, "Hey, I believe in your struggle."
The red haired dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Nagato.
Like, he goes, "You matter." He's like, "You know what? You're right. I'm gonna."
It was just a talk between the gangs, and they just call it peace. And now
I just was like, because to me, Pain iconography, like how he looked, the different Pain, like to me, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be the final boss. It should be the final boss, right? It shouldn't be any more complicated than that." And call it the day,
Yeah. It's got to be Madara and Obito, and I was like, all right.
I'm not even gonna get into the ending because it made no sense. I still don't even. I saw it once, and I was like,
plot wise and the lore wise, I gave up at the war. I'm like, I don't like. Oh well, he can use this eye, the Renegon, because I'm like, I just gave up. Yeah, it's like Professor Oak saying there's 180 Pokemon. It's like, no, it's not. There's like 1,000. Stupid. I'm like, there's 180. You fucking moron. Take your doctorate or PhD away.
What else?
And before you find it, Orochimaru, a fantastic villain in the original. Ain't even parts in Shippuden, and they brought him back, and he's just like, I'm like, okay, we just brought him back just to and it's like, why is him and Kabuto still allowed in the village? Why are they there? Why? These are two insane people. And Naruto's like, well, they helped out in the war. I'm like, bro, like, one is probably a predator, and then it's the predator's assistant. Why are you?
After watching Attack on Titan, see, we have good notes on Attack on Titan. I remember thinking, why didn't they just do this? Like, focus on some other people, call it canon, take a break. I really liked a lot of the other characters. You could have focused on them. Jiraiya, Tsunade was great. Kakashi was great. You could have focused on their actual backstories, not having to do a bunch of filler episodes with a bunch of no names that made no sense. They just
it was this like very quantity over quality thing, because like I remember when Naruto was getting punched in the face by someone from Killer Bee's village.
Oh,
like, that's when I was like, why are we?
Oh yeah, the black characters.
Yeah, I was like, which I'm glad we brought in the black characters, but I was like, man, you could have brought them in.
But so I was not mad at how they were portrayed, except
Killer Bee.
Killer Bee. I said Killer Bee.
Hey yo, I'm
like, anime that I watch, it has to be some It has to be some stereotype. And I know there are anime out there, but normally when it's an anime black character, it's a trope.
Yeah.
Like, and as a person that raps, I saw Killer Bee and I was like, why is he rapping?
Like, hey, y'all must be, oh, all right.
He's the only black Japanese character that like. No, that's not even true because I was gonna say Barrett Wallace, but even in the original Final Fantasy, he was like, "Hey, yo."
Yeah, they did less of that in the remake.
Like,
it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, I'm just like, I remember watching it and I was like, "Oh my god, he's rapping. Why is he rapping?" And it's bad. I mean, it's intentionally corny.
Yeah, Bob was like, "Oh."
And I really, maybe it was Stockholm syndrome after the war. I do like Unruly A and Killer Bee.
Yeah,
I thought. Because they did tone down the rapping a little bit.
Yeah, it went away after a while. Or not as much of it.
But he would always bro fist people. And I was like, why are you bro fisting people?
I was like, oh, man.
I'm getting constantly triggered. I'm always gassed at my anime. Once again, even in my favorite anime of all time, Steins Gate,
yeah, I know.
there was the black character. I was like, oh my God. Stop doing this to me.
I was like, oh my God, these supposed to be niggas.
I'm like, yo, anime studios. I
was like, what are they doing?
Anime studios, please stop. Just make it regular.
Get a couple black people in there just playing. It's like, hey, let's
now,
not
every
do that.
Every other character on the Cloud, was it the Cloud Village?
Yeah, I think it was.
Every other character was cool, but
yeah,
I was like, you couldn't help yourselves.
That is,
you couldn't help. Like to put a fine cherry on the shit-puden pie. You had to make a rapping Killer Bee.
Yeah, oh my God.
But yeah, even the other villages, you could have focused on the conflicts between the villages. There was just so much that you could have done.
There was so much to do that I thought I was gonna. Well, actually, when part 2 happened, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Really,
yeah.
Because it was two Sasuke and Naruto, and you got to get Sasuke back. What's Sasuke gonna do? What's Sasuke? It's just like I know like they probably love Sasuke than they more than Naruto because they just talked about Sasuke all the time.
I could not figure that out. It's like he wasn't even that likable of a. They made him to be the cool character in the first one.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone really took to him like that. It's not like Eren, where everyone was like, I mean, issues with Eren, but I get it. How he looks and how he acts. Sasuke was just annoying, if anything.
Yeah, and it was too much of him. Because like what they should have done was why couldn't there be something with the Leaf Village and the Sand Village after the Sand Village helped Orochimaru attack the Leaf Village? Because by like the time like part 2 happens, or when Gaara then went to help out with Naruto get Sasuke back, it was like, is everything really okay though?
Yeah,
like how can you?
Right,
like,
there should have been more between the sand because that would have been a cool political thing, right?
Yeah, because I believe you'll be looking at them kind of funny, but by part 2, like when Gaara was in the beginning of part 2, it's like everything's cool.
The power of friendship.
I hate the Naruto talk no jutsu. That's what they call it. Talk no jutsu because he talks to everybody. Zabuza, Pain.
That's what it is. He does.
Like not Nagato, Obito, and like 3 main villains. Just like knock it off. I had the swing, and then like, you're right. I'll stop.
That's actually 100% what it's 100% talk no jutsu, whatever you call it. Even Obito, I thought that was the Toby thing. I don't think they fully explained Toby and why. I mean, I get it. He's merged.
They a little bit, but they could have done a better job.
But his personality was, then towards episode 400, it wasn't that. He stopped doing it. Toby in his mat, he just stopped doing it. So
because I think when he started revealing himself to be Madara, that's when he was like the charade was gone.
Yeah, I have no words for that.
Yeah,
which was I was like, you're literally fighting.
Honestly, I didn't have a problem with that. I thought it was actually kind of cool because it
was interesting to look at, but you're fighting. Was it the 4 or 5 Hokage, Naruto?
Yeah.
Sasuke with his snake power.
Yeah.
And then 3 of Hokage of the path, and I'm just thinking, what? How are you able to fight all these guys? And it's like it's nothing. I snap and you're dead. Yeah, there's just so much.
Speaking of Jiraiya, I forgot something. His name on TikTok. His name is something Optimist, and he brought up a really good point about Jiraiya. And this is probably because the way the show was written, and it goes back to when I was talking about they try to give everybody everything, and everything has to be connected somehow. Like when Jiraiya was responsible for naming Naruto.
Yeah.
And then after the fourth Hokage and Kushina both die, you know Naruto's by himself. Where the fuck were you at?
Right.
Like, damn, that's crazy. And just walked away. And it's
I'm
just
like, who is raising this child?
Yeah, like, those things. So this guy was basically saying on TikTok, he was basically saying, why couldn't he just be just a random person? That,
who?
like Jiraiya. Why did he have to name Naruto? Or have met Naruto? Like, why couldn't it just been this random dude that showed up and just started helping him out? As opposed, because it would make more sense for the plot and narratively for him to be this random guy. Because now when you say, oh, I knew the fourth Hokage, or like, oh, I named Naruto.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, okay, so you abandoned Naruto for all these years,
right?
And he's by himself when you could have just been there the whole time,
right?
Or with Kakashi, like you knew him too. Where were you at? And it's like, so now like you start asking these questions, like, wait, why weren't you there in the beginning?
Right, and then it's like, and now basically you left it up to Naruto to find his ghost dad. Naruto knew who he was
exactly,
and Ghost Mom.
Yeah,
which
and
makes no sense.
It was so that like that makes no sense. So like why?
No, I agree.
So it's so like you're trying to make all these things connect and like everybody know each other, but like you can't do that. Because now people are asking all these different questions. Yeah, like, how does it make any sense?
Everyone has to be the greatest person in the universe. Everyone has to be the chosen person of their clan. And everyone doesn't have to be important. And then they character assassinate them within an arc. And yeah, you know what's funny? Going into this, I had like points I wanted to make, and I've hit them all.
Yeah.
And I wanted to find more nice things to say about this anime. And I think I only like it because it's tied to the first one.
That's probably what it is. That's probably what I stuck with it. I still thought it was good for a while, Shippuden, up until the Pain arc, and then like after that, I was kind of like, okay, this isn't like they have good scenes. I think they're good fights.
The fights,
like Sasuke. Well, they gave
the fights don't hold a candle to the original. They
gave all the good fights to Sasuke, which is really annoying. Like Sasuke versus Deidara was good. Sasuke versus Killer Bee was good. Yep. Sasuke versus Itachi was like they gave him all the good fights.
But the fights really still the low level fights are
pretty bad.
From the original. No, I'm saying the fights from the original Naruto.
Are
far better, lower state, and much more entertaining.
It's more grounded.
Way more grounded.
It's more grounded.
Wait, hold on 1 second. But yeah, no, I was saying I think the fights, the low stakes of the fights, are far better in the original Naruto.
Oh yeah.
Than the
yeah, because I think part of it is more kids were probably starting to watch, and I don't think it could be as gritty, I guess, as it was early on with like Zabuza and and I think they wanted to make it more like
even the monster fight between Orochimaru and the third Hokage was still more grounded.
You're right. It was
somehow grounded.
It was still that was really good.
It was still strategizing with monsters, and I was just thinking, you guys couldn't do that. Just do that.
They just want. I feel like I felt like they just ran out of ideas.
All right,
and they just wanted to make it this big thing.
Any more points?
But I want to go back to Hinata and Naruto.
that's your
because people have loved Hinata from jump.
Really? I didn't like her character.
I didn't like her either. And I did like her when she was like, when they were doing something with her. Yeah. When she was fighting Neji, I thought that was really good. Because it was like she was trying to like, she wasn't going to win, but she's like, no, I gotta like be strong. I gotta like just do the best I can.
But she had no growth throughout the whole series.
But they didn't really do much after that. And then like saying again, like they didn't have much chemistry between Naruto and Hinata. But people still loved Hinata for some reason, because I think it goes back to like her being cosplay, she's shy and blah 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 blah. And anybody I disagree with when it comes to this, I always want to ask: do you think the Naruto Hinata romance was earned?
Oh no, not at all.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
they did. People think like, well, they had that movie, and I'm like, they did nothing.
It's not even canon, right?
It's not even canon. Yeah, like even like with Mikasa and Eren, even though that goofy thing at the end, there was still like them working together and like communicating with each other. Yeah, like Hinata and Naruto don't talk that much in the series.
At all.
They don't.
She had no growth personality wise. She was the same person. I said the only person who really had character growth, maybe slightly Naruto, but mainly it was Shikamaru, who had
Shikamaru and Tamari. You see them like
Tamari
from the Sand Village, because they eventually get married. They fought in the Chunin exam.
Yeah.
And then like they have moments where like they're interacting with each other. They're not the main characters.
She was also a terrorist. How? Like, I don't even understand. I just don't understand how they kill people in the Chunin exam in the forest.
Call her the Bertold of Naruto.
They're 100% Bear.
Oh, never mind. Oh my god, yeah.
What's his name? The dude with the puppets.
Oh also, yeah, Konkuro.
Yeah, like at least we know Gaara was like possessed, right? Like maybe
that's an interesting story to tell the kids. How do you guys meet? Well, your mom tried to invade our village.
They were killing people and they were killing NPCs in the second round of the.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, I totally forgot about that. But pretend that didn't happen.
This show is so frustrating.
But like they had like development throughout the series and like them communicating with each other. So like that made way more. They talked to each other maybe more than Hinata and Naruto, possibly. So it's like it wasn't earned.
Not at all.
Not earned at all. So it's just like for some reason people just like Hinata more than Sakura.
It's the cosplayers.
And it's the
gotta be the
cosplayers and the weebs like who are more
trash characters. Sakura was actually okay. People hate her. It was actually okay. Yeah. I thought she had some growth. She had some growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have. I can complain for hours about this.
I'm trying to think of something besides a couple of the fights. I'm trying to think besides like the Shikamaru moments. Like I'll say the Naruto versus Sasuke final fight I thought was good. I thought it was appropriate for where they were after doing the final battle. I don't know how they had energy left, but like I thought that was a good final fight for them. I did like that a lot.
I'm getting frustrated. Like what a. Because like the iconography, like how like the imprint was really good. You could have really did something.
Yeah,
you could have really been Attack on Titan, like because it actually. Here's the difference. It actually started good. That's my issue with the show. It started really good.
Like you had all this world building available to you, and you don't do enough of it, and you don't do it early enough.
Yeah,
and I think that's probably the issue. And for like if they'd done it early enough, we would have cared about those other characters in the other village. Yeah. And then it probably would have meant something. But you didn't do that. You just threw them in at the end. And now we got to somehow try to care or whatever.
Anything else about this show, Brad?
God, no.
Oh, God. All right. Well, that's...
all right, folks.
Listen. Anyways. All right. So next week, we are going to talk... Well, in 2 weeks, we're going to talk Jujutsu Kaisen and I guess top 5 animes for us, right?
Yeah, maybe top 5 animes.
All right. Top 5 animes.
End of the year.
Maybe I'll squeeze in voice acting.
Yeah, we can do top animes and also voice actors.
All right, is that Windsor? Windsor! Oh, she's ignoring us. Anyways, all right, so yeah, we're going to do Jujutsu Kaisen and we'll do top 5 and maybe we'll do voice acting. But I got to figure out because I know far less than you do about the space.
Yeah, I got some folks.
Okay, all right.
Some
I'll have some pointed questions for you for that.
All right,
cool. Anyways, Hidden Sound Podcast.
All right. Until next time.
We did it. That's number 3.
3 episodes.